This is your one and only 𝐈𝐸_81 with your daily dose of video goodness, and welcome back to another Project Zomboid video. So since I've started featuring Project Zomboid on the channel, I have seen a plethora of comments, not only on my videos, but also in the community tab, of people saying that they, one, either hate it, or two, it's too hard and they can't play it. It's just too difficult of a game. So I wanted to make a video talking about why you should give it a second chance and help some of those people out there who are having a hard time with the game maybe enjoy the game a little more. Let's start off with why you should give it a second chance. With the introduction of Build 41 and multiplayer for Build 41, you can play with friends now. You can easily get a server, set up a server, or just have your friends join you, run the server from your PC and have your friends join your game and play. And the game is a heck of a lot more fun with friends than it is in single player. Single player is good. It is a solid representation of a zombie survival experience sandbox game, but the problem with it is that it is so much like living in the apocalypse alone, and how you would imagine living in the apocalypse alone and how depressing that would be. It does a good job at relaying that to you, and it sucks because living in the apocalypse alone would suck. And in my opinion, it sucks in the game too, because you're alone and it's terrible and you just have zombies. It's so much more fun with multiplayer. You have your friends, you can get in all kinds of shenanigans, and it's just a really good time. But of course, most games that are multiplayer are always going to be more fun with friends. The game itself is absolutely fantastic as far as a sandbox experience. And you can tailor that experience to just about whatever kind of game, zombie survival game you want to play. You don't even have to play with zombies. You can get rid of the zombies and just have a last man on earth style gameplay experience if you want to do that. It also has a ton of little features and little systems that just bring a lot of realism to the game. Everything from you can get glass in your hand. If you break a window and climb through a window, you can get glass in your hand, and you actually have to like pull the glass out with a pair of tweezers and bandage up your hand. Just so many little detailed systems that it's just so much fun to play. And on top of that, while the permadeath may turn some people off to the game, there's ways around permadeath, and we're going to talk about that as well. I, for one, like the permadeath aspect of it and having to create a new character and start from scratch, because it's just a situation where one little mistake in this game can get you killed, and then you got to start over. And there's that thrill of, oh man, if I make a mistake, I'm dead, and it's permanent, that really draws me into this game. Now that I've hopefully convinced you to give the game a second chance, let's talk about some of the things that you can do to hopefully enjoy the game a little more. So before we get into customizing your game, I want to talk about something that you should do the first time you load the game up. So you load the game up, what I want you to do is go into solo player. I want you to pick survivor, and I want you to click next. Then spawn in any of these locations. It doesn't really matter which one you decide to spawn into. I mean, it kind of does, but not really. We want zombies. You're going to find zombies. Then you're going to click next. Then I want you to create this build right here. So you're going to pick unemployed. Then you're going to scroll all the way down to the bottom, and you are going to find strong and athletic. And then you're going to scroll up a little bit, and you will find keen hearing. Then you're going to scroll down through here, and you're going to find slow healer, pacifist, prone to illness, short-sighted, and slow reader. None of these are going to make any difference for what I'm about to tell you to do. However, these bonus traits will help you a lot. Keen hearing is going to let you see zombies come in behind you much sooner, and athletic and strong are going to help you with combat. Then what you're going to do is you're going to click save, and you're just going to give that whatever name you want. That way, when you die, you can come down here, you can just scroll down, or, well, you won't have to scroll down probably, and then you can just click it and it will put your build back. So if I just pick whatever bunch of random stuff here, and I come down here and I click practice build, you can see it automatically loads my practice build. Then I'm going to click next. So next, design a character. Whatever kind of character you want your character to look like, design it, give it a name, all of that good stuff. Then do the same thing. Come down here, click save, give it a name, save it. I already have one preset ready to go. Here we go. Here's my 𝐈𝐸_81 character. Then what you're going to do is you're going to click play. Now you're going to load into some random house somewhere. I don't want you to try to survive. What I want you to do is search that house for some type of weapon, either a rolling pin, right here we go, we got one, or a frying pan, anything that you can use as a weapon. So it looks like we only had a frying pan in this one or a rolling pin in this one, and that's fine. We can make do with that. So what we're going to do, we're going to equip that in our primary, and we are going to run outside and immediately look for some zombies. Now, don't go shouting or anything like that. We could, if we wanted to, just start smashing Q, and that's going to bring in a horde, but I would not do that. What I would do is zoom all the way out, and you can push, if you hold down the right mouse button, you can push to the edge of your screen and see where there's zombies. So you're gonna just run into some. So we have one right here. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna sprint over here. Oh look, we got one right here. We're gonna sprint over here to this zombie, and we are going to practice fighting a zombie. Just keep doing that. Oh look, we got another one here. Let's shove him down. Practice shoving them. Practice shoving them without using your weapon and stomping on their faces. Same thing with this one. We got another one coming in. We're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna practice not getting attacked and practice shoving till he falls down, and then smash him. And then after you get good at that, find a couple of zombies so that you can practice fighting a little bit of a horde. Now, the reason I want you to do this, and I want you to not worry about survival, is at some point you're gonna mess up. This combat, I'm making it look easy, but I've done this already. I've practiced a lot, and I'm pretty good at the combat in the game now, especially melee. So you can also shout if you need a couple of zombies to come in closer. Once you do that, don't even bother to move. Just wait patiently. They will come in. So we got one right here, and I think I saw one over here in the fog as well. Here we go. Practice fighting a horde. And then at some point you're gonna mess up and you're gonna die. You're gonna get bitten, you're gonna get screwed up, something's gonna happen, and you're gonna die, and that's fine. Fight the zombies until you die. Oh no, we messed up, we died practicing. You're gonna click new character. You're gonna select whatever spawn location. You're gonna load those presets that I just told you to make. Go to next, load your preset, load your preset. You're gonna spawn in and you're gonna rinse and repeat that until you are good at combat. You don't have to be fantastic, but you should be able to at least take on a small group of zombies, 4 or 5 zombies, by kiting them and using whatever weapon that you have. And I have a video showing how to kite. I will link that down below. You should watch that, and shows you how to deal with groups of zombies. So here we go. We got a rolling pin. We're gonna step outside and immediately find some zombies again, and we're just going to rinse and repeat this until we are decent at combat. Now, why should you do this? Well, combat is a part of the game you can't really avoid. You're gonna run into zombies, and you're gonna need to know how to deal with them. If you don't know how to deal with them, you're just going to constantly be frustrated, because you're gonna have a character, you're gonna run into zombies, and you're gonna be trying to survive, and you're not gonna know how to deal with them, and then you're gonna die, and because of permadeath, it's going to make you mad because you're never going to get any type of character progression. Dealing with the zombies is one of the hardest things there is to do in this game. Survival's not too difficult. From what I've found, from the different ways I played, I've not had any issues with survival. The issues are the zombies. They make it extremely difficult, and if you can't fight them, you're just gonna get angry. All right, so you've put in your practice time, and now you're ready to actually play for real and actually try to see how long you can keep a survivor. That's the whole point of this game. So you practice and you can handle a couple of zombies, but you're still having issues with Survivor. You definitely are not going to try Apocalypse, and even Builder is still difficult for you. Let's talk about Sandbox mode. What you want to do, click on Sandbox mode, click Next, pick a location, click Next. Now, here's where you set up your gameplay scenario. There's a lot of different settings here, and you can completely customize the game to your liking and make it as easy or as difficult as you want. So first off, we have population. You have your zombie count. You can lower that down to none if you want to. You can set it to low. Maybe you don't want to deal with a ton of zombies. You can also set where they're focused at. So right now they're focused on urban. So that means in city areas, they're going to be more dense than they are out in the wild. You can also do uniform just to spread them across the map evenly. I highly advise leaving this on urban focused. Let's get to the stuff that really matters though, and that is setting things like the world. So setting the water shut off and the electric shut off. that eventually forces you to have to go into full survival mode. You can't use your house. I mean, you can, and there's ways to get around this. You can get a generator and you can plumb sinks and stuff like that with your water barrels. But say you don't want to deal with any of that. You can set that clear up to 6 to 12 months before that stuff gets shut off. Either you do that with both of them. You can also turn off house alarms if you never want to deal with those. All these different settings in here, you can go through and respawn. You can set your loot respawn. You can make the game super easy. Let's talk about your zombies though, for those of you who are having problems fighting the normal zombies. We can come in here and we can uncheck this. That's going to turn off the proper zombie, which they feel is the proper zombie, and you can set your zombie to whatever you want. So you can make them sprinters, you can make them shamblers, you can make them random. So we can go in here and let's say they're too fast. Now they're shamblers, they're gonna be really slow. Let's make them super weak as well. We can go in here and now they're super weak. We can also adjust their toughness. We can make them super fragile. We can completely turn off the infection, because you can't cure the infection if you get infected. So say you don't want to deal with that, you can turn that completely off as well. Other things you can do to affect your zombies are adjust their sight and hearing. So you can make their sight poor if you want and their hearing extra good, or you can make their hearing and their sight terrible so that you can sneak right up on them and murder them before they even realize what's happening. Another cool feature that the game has is decomposition. So as time passes, zombies get slower and weaker. You can change that to no effect if you want, or only slow, or only weakness. As you can see, there's a ton of settings you can go through here and customize the game to the way you want to play it. Nothing says that you have to select one of these default modes. Like, nothing says that. I highly advise going in here and customizing the game to your liking, especially if all you do is you just go in here and crank up experience, which you can find here under character, because the game is super grindy. You can go in here and easily increase the experience to a 2x multiplier if you want. All right, Firespark, but I don't like the whole permadeath aspect of this game, I hear you say. Well, there's ways around that too. So if we come over here to mods, you can see I have a couple of different mods in here from stuff that I've been messing with, but there is a mod called Respawn. This mod allows you to save your character progression. So if you die, you can just click Respawn. Now, you do lose partial progression. So if you're not all the way through a level in a skill yet, you do lose that. It resets you back to the last full level you had. So if you're level 5, halfway to level 6 and say aiming, and you die and you use respawn, you will just go back to level 5. But you won't lose your full character progression. And there are a ton of other really great mods to just fix a lot of any problems that you may have with the game. One of the problems that I had with the game is that the game doesn't show you your stamina. So it doesn't show you your endurance, which is something you should just know, because you know IRL if you start to get tired. Well, this game doesn't really give you any feedback until you're already tired, which in my opinion is kind of a fail on their part. Some people may like it. I don't care for it. So I got this mod, which is the minimal display bars. And as you see here, it shows you a lot of different things, and you can completely customize the things that you want to know. So if all you want to know is your endurance, you can turn off all of the other bars. You don't have to use them. Or if you want to know everything, it'll show you your health, hunger, thirst, endurance, fatigue, boredom, unhappiness, temperature, calories, and all of that good stuff. For whatever reason you found the game extremely difficult or you didn't really enjoy it, I guarantee you there is a setting you can adjust in Sandbox mode to fix that problem, or there is a mod that you can go download that will add whatever feature that you feel the game is missing, or correct pretty much any other problem that you may have with the game. So if you already own Project Zomboid and you haven't went back to it, I highly advise giving it another go, trying it out. Do what I said, practice killing the zombies. Trust me, it gets way easier once you practice it just a little bit. You don't even have to practice a lot. It gets much easier with just a little bit of practice, and it's kind of freeing just not caring about a character running out and smashing some zombie faces and going, this character's not going to live long. Just accept that that character is going to die. Run out, fight, die, rinse and repeat until you get the hang of combat. Then customize your game, because this is one of the most customizable games I have ever played. And you can customize it to whatever gameplay experience that you want. So hopefully this video has encouraged you to give Project Zomboid a second chance. And if you don't own it and you've been on the fence about it, hopefully it's encouraged you to maybe pick it up and give it a go. If you enjoyed this video and you found this video helpful, consider hitting the subscribe button and the notification bell so you can be notified when I upload other videos. And I don't just cover Project Zomboid, I cover all kinds of different games, so you never know when I'm going to be making content for a game that you may be playing. All right, I want to give an absolute massive shout out and thank you to my supporters on Patreon for making this episode possible. Y'all are absolutely amazing people. If you would like to join my Elite Crew Patreon supporters, please check out the link in the description below. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought. If you're shy, you don't like to comment, just hit that thumbs up button and show your support. Until next time, thanks for watching.